This is Fire at the Furnace. This is the 4th year we're doing this festival. Tonight we're going to be casting iron. We have a coupolette furnace behind us. It's a coke-fired furnace that we charge with about 100 pounds of iron every 7 minutes. We'll fill it up to about 300 pounds. We'll tap it out into a ladle, transfer it into molds. We also have a Bessemer converter here with us tonight that will be putting about 300 to 400 pounds of iron into. Bessemer converter transforms the iron into steel by burning all the carbon out of the iron. And once that carbon's burnt out, the unit will tip back over and again we'll transfer that steel into a ladle and transfer it into molds.
I'm involved. I was working with the PATH PA Healing and Treatment Center, and we basically at Keystone Ironworks joined forces to help work with the at-risk kids that basically we're looking to get involved with something creative and beyond creative, exciting, and let's just face it, you know, a very rare opportunity.
PATH is a local nonprofit that works with at-risk youth, provides them an alternative education program, and we also offer mental health support and outpatient drug and alcohol counseling. And we're here because Nikki Moser from Keystone Ironworks invited us and the kids to participate in this great program.
Well, first of all, we had an opportunity to write a grant at Keystone College to work with at-risk youth, and we thought, Pat McGowan and I, who's my partner on the grant, thought what better way to have that conversation about trust and partnership and community than to do something terrifyingly dangerous. And iron casting is pretty dangerous. You're working with metal, it's 2,800 degrees. It takes a team, you can't do it by yourself, and that team operates in a little dance that has to be kind of perfectly choreographed.
I'm just helping out with Ironworks. I've been here for the past 4 years, so I'm just here to be assistant and help out with whatever they need.
I'm here with the Keystone Ironworks on account of PATH. This is the 2nd year I've done it, and last year I had an absolute blast. It was my absolute favorite experience that I've ever had so far, and this year has been exactly the same. I'm loving how Keystone does this and how PATH is just allowing it to happen.
I started doing this about 8 years ago at Keystone College in La Plume, Pennsylvania. I studied under Cliff Prokoff at Keystone and started it with my first iron pour when I think I was a sophomore and have been hooked ever since.
I fell in love with iron when I was in undergraduate school, and that dates back to 1969. When I came to Keystone to start the sculpture program there, one of the things that I did was I built an iron furnace. I ran the iron furnace, and then I was asked for the bicentennial, that's 1976, to commemorate the iron furnaces. So I brought the iron furnace down to the furnaces here, and we did an iron pour down here the very first time. This was supported by Mayor Peters and his assistant David Wenzel at that time, and the idea stemmed from Elizabeth Burkhauser.
I'm the chair of the project, and I go around from place to place, encouraging teachers, educators, and community members to get involved in making their statements, taking a stand, an activist part to play about the role we should play about our interconnectedness in the world today.
2 years ago, the county changed the structure of their Arts Engage funding, and they required collaboration on all of the grants. And so Keystone Ironworks and EOTC came together to offer all of our programs under one umbrella. Well, we had already worked together before on other projects. Beth Burkhauser and her art education students had helped us on many projects before, and we just knew we could work together, and so we decided to kind of become, you know, a family, so to speak.
Well, here today is actually a branch of this project. Usually it's for students throughout the world, but we're doing the People's Hexagon Project. And this community iron pour, we have made some molds, and people are scratch blocking hexagons, and these are 2 examples of hexagons that were made by communities. Community art, it's about our interconnectedness.
We're reliving our past. It's a beautiful day to really learn and be just amazed, almost childlike wonder in seeing how this area was built, what our forefathers and foremothers, because they were doing the hard work while the guys were here, how they built this community and the Industrial Revolution and how it played such a critical part in this whole country's development, and so much of it right here.
We're celebrating our history. This is our history right back here. This is a revitalization of the arts, and what better way to celebrate our history than uncovering our past.
This program has taught the kids at PATH everything from responsibility, teamwork, and of course the arts. It's taught them how to work with clay, with wax, and eventually with molten iron, things they would never be able to work with unless Keystone approached us.
I saw the kids kind of step into a position from the beginning to the end that, you know, it was a sense of pride. They put a lot of work into something that was collaboratively put together, and I think that ultimately, in the end, the building of the vessel that we poured with a 1,000-pound vessel was a really, you know, it was a big Keystone cornerstone mark for those kids. You know, they did something that they're going to leave kind of a legacy behind. You know, there's a sculpture garden going into place, and, you know, this thing's a Keystone where, you know, they could take their children to, you know, their parents could take their family to, and show, you know, the great reward of what these kids, you know, put together.
Every year the program goes on, it's getting bigger and stronger with more people involved, more community support, and a great end product.
You never want to forget the past, because in my view the past is key to the future. And just like today's world is about technology and keyboards and electronics, the former world of ours, particularly in this region, was about an industrial capability that was the driver for the economy that made us the greatest nation in the world.